Hey, welcome everybody to today's video. This is, of course, the tax lien certificate and tax deed authority, Ted Thomas. And he's going to be sharing the top 3 things to do after you purchase a tax deed property. So Ted, let's start with the first thing. What's the first thing somebody should do immediately after purchasing a tax deed property?
Once you have a deed in hand, after the auction has taken place, then you own the property. Now, if the deed has been recorded at the county records, you now own the property. So number one thing you want to do is you want to secure that property. Now let's talk about this security business because it's very important. All right, so you need to visit the property immediately. Sometimes we have people go to auctions with us. They finish the auction, they jump in the car, they go to the airport and they go home. Well, wait a minute, you don't want to do that. You want to go to your property. You want to secure it as best you can, all right? Now, if there's no tenants on the property, right away, it's empty. So you want to keep the property empty. In other words, you don't want to let squatters move into it. You don't want other people to come in and harm the property. You don't want kids to go and play there. So let's get the doors locked up. You might have to nail them closed until you can get new bolts and locks and things like that. You want to make sure all the windows are secure. Folks, if you don't take care of the property, I don't know who's going to take care of the property. So start with the windows and doors. Then make sure you start cleaning the property up. Now, people can't get in and out of the property. They're discouraged. They'll go somewhere else. That's important. So security of this property is very, very important. Now, the United States has been a secure country for about 200 years. But things are changing rapidly right now because there are millions of people that are coming across the border. Now, let me say this about the people coming across the border. Many of them are desperate and they're poor. And where are they going to stay as soon as they leave the border? I don't know. I'm not sure the police know. I'm not sure anyone knows. So once they're by the border, if you have a property and they don't care about your property, well, you better think about that. So you want to make sure that squatters don't move into your property. You want to make sure it's secure. Now, there's a lot of ways to secure that. All right, so I'm a guy that's kind of conservative. I believe in the law and order. I believe in police. I believe in the military. I believe in the Christian belief system. So all I can tell you to do is this is your property. You have to take care of it. So let's talk about a couple of things. First of all, you have 2 strikes against you. You bought a property that's used and abused. Now, don't buy any junk. You're buying used and abused, so it's not perfect. So think about that. Start cleaning it up, okay? All right, now local counties are going to sell these properties to you. They just are passing on the property. So what you have to do is you have to go there and secure it. Part of the security, and this is an important step, get to know the neighbors. They're going to be happy to see you, and I'm going to cover a lot of that in just a minute.
So once you've got the property secured, Ted, what should be done next?
Well, the next thing, as soon as you're secured, is go and get to know those neighbors, okay? They're going to like you. Why they're going to like you? Because if there's one bad property in the neighborhood and it's not up to standard, it's going to affect all the property in the neighborhood. So they see that you come, and if you tell them, look, I'm going to paint it, I'm going to clean it, I'm going to make sure this is done, that they're liking you right away. Well, you want them to like you. So you want to make sure you get to know each of the neighbors. You might ask them, do you know a painter? Do you know someone that can patch that hole in the roof? Do you know someone that's a locksmith that can put new locks on? You want to ask those people. They know they live in the neighborhood. They're glad you're there. To believe me, the neighbors are happy to be there. Now, I have clients, and I could tell you story after story about my clients that have got to know the neighbors. The next thing you know, they might have rented the property. The neighbors know, everybody knows everybody. They might even sell the property to the neighbor or the neighbor's kids or whatever. All right, folks, the neighborhood is important. When you buy a property, the most important thing to do is look around that neighborhood, okay? You could have a bad property, but a good neighborhood, you're going to make a lot of money because that is a good neighborhood. That's very important. So what's my point is, get to know the neighborhood, get to know the neighbors quickly. They will help you in the process. Now, you might want to hire someone. Someone might have handyman skills that could help you out. You want to take care of that. It's good judgment to secure the property. This is the easiest thing in the world to do. And some people buy a property and then they leave town. You don't want to do that. Exchange phone numbers with these people. Get emails to each other. You want to talk back and forth with them. If there's work to be done, why not pay a neighbor to help you out if you could do that? You're getting the idea, I hope.
Well, as a quick follow-up to that answer, Ted, I suppose if you get to know the neighbors, you can maybe use your neighbors to, keep check on your property, right?
Yeah, they will not only check on the property, they'll check on it for you. They'll keep an eye out, and if there's other people milling around and trying to break into the property or whatever, they're going to help you. Yeah, that's almost your security force, is your neighbors, because you want the neighbors to know as much as you can about you and what you're intending to do. Now, if you're just going to buy this property and let it continue to deteriorate, believe me, the neighborhood's going to reject you. You don't want that. Go there, secure it. When they see that you're starting to take care of it and do things, believe me, they're going to want to come along and help you out. Now, I can tell you stories that will last forever. Okay, I've hired many, many vendors, and I've asked vendors to go in and fix some flooring. I've asked them to go in and repair a bathroom or a kitchen or something like that. You have to make sure those people leave your property and secure it. So what I do is I give the keys to my neighbors, and I say to the vendor, I want you to go there and I want you to repair X, but you got to get the key from the neighbor, and then you got to return it to the neighbor. That way the neighbor goes back and they check to see that the property's secure. All right, security is a big issue. I think it's going to be a much bigger issue in the future, okay? All right, a lot of people buy a property. They don't even want to go and research if there's liens on the property. Well, you better go and make sure you know the condition of the property and make sure what you're going to do with the property. Let me give you just a quick example. I bought a colonial house, beautiful property, and I decided I was going to rehabilitate it. So I took some time to do that, and I hired vendors to come in. We fixed everything that needs to be fixed. We even replaced things in the kitchens and the bathroom. So a broker came and said, I want to do an open house and show you property. I thought she was a good person and was professional. Well, she came and showed the property in November. All right, but when she left, she shut off the heat. And guess what happens in November? The temperature plummets. It went all the way down to 0 degrees. Well, 2 weeks later, the neighbor called me and said, there's water coming out your front door. The pipes had frozen, expanded. There was 168 leaks in the house. It destroyed the flooring, the walls, and whatever. All right, that was a professional. Folks, securing your property means you make sure what those people are doing. So if someone's going to go in your property and work, ask the neighbors to check on it. Pay the neighbors. Do something to make sure that your property is taken. Security is your problem.
So then what's the third and final thing that somebody should do to ensure their investment is safe and secure?
Well, it's funny. You just said that, insurance, right? Folks, all of my coaches do the same thing. We all tell people, now you bought this property, get it cleaned up so you can get people to come and look at it. So clean it up. That's important. All right, now call an insurance person. Have them come and insure that property. That means an agent of the insurance company has to come and look at your property. Get the property insured. I'm going to show you an example of that in a minute. Now, if you're going to get people to come and look at this property, it doesn't matter whether it's a vendor or someone that wants to buy it, or it's an insurance person, or it's a banker. When they come to your property has to be clean. Now, we are buying used and abused properties at these auctions. They are used and abused. I didn't say buy junk, used and abused. Everybody recognizes it might need paint. Everybody recognizes a repair, but no one likes trash or garbage or messes. No one likes those. I don't care who it is, whether it's a vendor, whether it's the banker, whether it's the insurance. What do? Make sure that property is cleaned up. Make sure it's secured. Why? Because if you don't do that, those people they're gonna not think very well of you.
Hey, listen, if you're watching this video and you have a question for Ted, leave in the comments section below and you will get an answer. And while you're down there, maybe take a moment to like this video and maybe even hit that bell and subscribe to this channel. Hey, Ted, one last thing. In terms of people being able to find a property, there's a lot of auctions going on. Do you have something that can help them find when and where these auctions are happening?
I definitely do, and I can help them a lot. And I'm going to go right below me and show them how to do that. But let me repeat one thing. Tax defaulted properties are used and abused. Nothing to be ashamed of. If you secure the property immediately and you clean it up, you're going to get the respect of not only the neighbors, but you're going to get the respect immediately of any banker that comes there, any insurance agency, or anybody that comes to work on the property. They see that you're already taking care of it. They're going to take steps to help you rehabilitate that property. They're going to take steps to help you out. Now, for those of you that want to know where to find more auctions, right below me, we have an auction calendar, okay? All right, now, this can all be done electronically. By that, I mean you can do it all online. You can just move a cursor around, and right below me, if you'll just go there right now, you'll see moving a cursor around can take you to every state in the United States, and you can find out how many auctions are taking place and when they're going to take place.
Get that calendar by clicking in the description below.